I think where it's going next is always finding ways to bring more services together. Your database server is great, your application server is great. I want that as a full package. I don't want to think about the individual building pieces. I just want something that works and it makes it simpler. Think of it as platform building. Of course, your team does it, but the cloud providers do it too. And that makes life generally easier for all of us. I'm excited about that. I think the biggest challenge I see with organizations switching towards cloud native, switching towards doing things in the cloud is the way they approach infrastructure. We call it infrastructure as code, but we don't treat it as an engineering practice. Code is hard, code needs to be versioned, and we need to apply the same methodologies that we do for normal software engineering to our infrastructure. I think the way HashiCorp can help with that is Terraform makes it super simple to express your infrastructure as code. We have 3,000 providers at this point, so whatever service you're trying to build, we probably have an option for that. And that's really what you should be using. If you codify your infrastructure, your life as an operator gets easier. Your life as a professional gets easier because you help your team advance. When your team wins, your company wins, you win. I think the biggest shift I'm seeing, especially with DevOps, is people start to share more again. We used to have a sharing culture in IT, we used to have a sharing culture, especially the 70s, the 80s, and that went away a little bit. And that's sad. But thanks to DevOps, we're coming back to that. We're sharing more, we're learning from each other, and we're building stronger infrastructure. Where that gets important is when we learn together, when we build together, we build a stronger whole. One person might be good at security, another person might be good at databases. If you collaborate, you're going to build a whole that's more than the sum of its parts. In a world where all your deployments are continuously being redeployed, everything is ephemeral, everything is dynamic, your secrets, your applications, your workloads, the amount of servers you need, you have to automate. There is no way that a human can be involved in the loop to ensure things happen at the right time. If you don't use automation, you're setting yourself up for failure. Why I see our tools adding value in that, it's real simple. Rotating secrets as a human is hard. Security is a team sport, but only up to the point where you hit the field. Once you hit the playing field, you need to let automation take over and make sure your team can perform. I think the biggest key consideration to keep in mind when you're automatically rotating keys, when you're doing anything that's security related, is to have proper audit logging. Not just for your CISO, not just for your auditors, but also for you to be able to look back when things break, look at a log and see what has happened. What kind of risk are we at? What kind of attack surface might an attacker have? If we can see what happened, it is way easier to recover. With Zero Trust Security, our approach has been to give you the right tools to make sure your workflows are secure. For Kubernetes, we have several different approaches that allow you to get secrets in without you, the operator, seeing how those secrets look like. Because ultimately, the less you know, the easier it is to not leak information. If your system is able to provision secrets on runtime, just in time, you find yourself in a situation where you have an automated workflow that doesn't require you to go back and reevaluate every step all the time. Security is best when you can see it. Terraform allows you to codify your infrastructure. It allows you to codify what you're deploying, including your security configuration. When I can see what I did and why my tools behave the way they are supposed to, I can fix it. So infrastructure as code brings visibility to the dark corners of security. What you see is what you can understand. What you don't see is the stuff you can't understand. Dynamic secrets are a huge advancement. All of us have been there, env files, environment variables, .env-RCs, hard-coded secrets that we try not to commit, but eventually they do. Dynamic secrets make this easier. Vault especially has database engines, has secrets engines for pretty much any system that you can imagine. And this is where it gets powerful. The same policies that govern how you get your cloud provider credentials can govern which database server you can access. When you don't have to worry about your secrets leaking because they're long-lived, you are in a better position. Vault gives you secrets, 15 seconds later revokes them, your infrastructure as code is as secure as it was 10 minutes ago. I think most people know Vault for its key value storage. Think, secure key value storage, kind of what your password manager does, but more accessible for applications. It's a great use case. You get versioning, you get access policies, you can make sure only the right people and the right applications see what they need to see. Where Vault gets a lot more fun is when you bring in dynamic secrets. Have Vault generate your AWS or GCP credentials just at the moment when you need them. Attach a lifetime to it, so that secret is valid for your application for the 15 seconds it needs it, and then gets revoked. If your attacker somehow manages to get that secret, that's great. All they have is 60 bytes of useless data. That is real security. How that compares to the rest of the market, I think the biggest advantage that we get by building Terraform, we built partnerships. Those partnerships from Terraform translate into better implementations for Vault. Ultimately, Vault benefits from those partnerships by giving you, the operator, more options. I think the way our products integrate is, for me, personally beautiful. I've been a huge fan of our products before I joined the company. I'm an even bigger fan now, and I like the oil spill effect that you can have. Start by codifying your infrastructure in Terraform. Then, when you're ready for it, bring in Vault. Change those hard-coded secrets and long-lived secrets to dynamic ones. Then, of course, you're going to do job orchestration. Bring in Nomad, run it at the edge. Make sure Console helps you connect. And when you find yourself in a situation where you need to actually access your infrastructure, use Boundary. All these tools work together. They consume the same state. And that's the true power of our platform.